Hey world builders, welcome back to Build Together. This is day 157. Today's prompt is, what are typical household cleaning supplies in your world? This prompt comes from NYUX in the Discord. So I didn't write a ton today because honestly I spent a lot of my time hacking some stuff into Dungeon World. I'm working on a custom player book and a custom magic system so that Attovian magic feels more correct. If you don't know what that is, it's a Powered by the Apocalypse TTRPG for sort of high fantasy stuff that's a little bit more collaborative narrative focused. So for Build Together, I added a document called Cleanliness on the Continent. It's not actually that different from our own medieval history when it comes to cleaning supplies and cleanliness and kind of what they did. You have Hajik stock mats for floors that usually make it easier to clean the floor because stuff and dust accumulates and collects on the mats. Then every now and then you take the mat out and you beat it out into the air and into the outside, and then you can take it back inside and it's relatively clean. If you have a lot of open space, you could use Hajik stock brooms and do a similar thing with just your floors of just sweeping them out, probably into the outside. Forget things like sweeping it into a dustpan and throwing it away in a trash bin. Now, with just dishes, clay and metal dishes, usually you just heat some water over a fire and you scrub them with a brush of some kind or some other abrasive coarse cloth or material. But for sure, the most time-consuming thing would be clothing. Clothing is a difficult thing to wash when you don't have access to modern materials and systems. And so, in a lot of places, if you're bigger than a hamlet, you probably have paid laundresses who do this stuff for you at a price, or for the community at a price, or even for rich people if you're in a big enough town. Now, this stuff is similar to medieval history as well, in which depending on the level of soil, you have rounds of soaking the stuff in lye, then rinsing, then drying, then beating it out, and you may have to do that multiple times. But if you're in the big city, the only Attovian unique thing is that richer laundresses might be using common cleanse water workings to really speed up the process of the soak in lye and rinse process. Remember that cleanse water forcibly separates the water from everything else in it. And this is a useful working for cleaning water if you need it to be sanitized, or you need sort of emergency water to drink, although it'd be less hydrating. But it really allows them to speed up this process anywhere from 2 to 4x, depending. And they'll also have like a little house on the side, sometimes in a big enough city, and they have big enough operation where they can like dry clothes out, no matter the weather, and maybe for the richer clientele, even steam them or something to really, get them to kind of fall out of some of the wrinkles and other things. But that is all I wrote for the cleanliness today. What are typical household cleaning supplies in your world? Thanks for building together.